Okay, well, good morning. Sorry I've been absent a little bit lately. Wife isn't feeling very well, and I'm her caretaker, so I gotta make sure she gets healthy again. She is feeling a little better today. So here I am. I'm going to talk about EL wires today. This is the neon wire that you see throughout my diorama. I have several businesses that I've use the electroluminescent wire on. Um, we're going to call it neon wire from this point on, or EL wire, just to make it a little easier and quicker. And I'll show you how we use it. Now, just a little bit about EL wire. It's basically this. It's the same stuff that the signs, those neon signs that I have on my diorama. It's the same kind of stuff. It's basically like a fluorescent light in basically the simplest terms. Um, but it looks like neon when it's lit, and like I said, it comes in different diameters. This is just short of a millimeter. It's the thinnest that's available that I can find. Works really good for making signs. It bends easily, just like a regular wire would. Um, but you can get in thicker also. And you have your little connections here. Now, these are like snap lock ones, so you don't have to solder. You can get these ones through coolwires.com. Uh, Even though I don't recommend cool wires, I've had not really good customer service with them. I had two of the inverters go bad, and they never answered my calls or emails. So um, I switched over and started using a Lumiglow, and so far it seems like a better company. I've bought a few inverters from them so far, and but I haven't bought any of the wire yet. Now I know with cool wires you can get the snap lock connectors. With Alumaglow, they'll solder them on for you. The connectors, they don't have the snap locks, uh, so you can custom make whatever length you need. Now with EL wire, it lights up. Now you can shorten it however long however how much you want. So buy more than what you need for your project. If you need 6 feet, buy 7. So you have just a little extra wire, because it's always easier to take wire away than to add this stuff. You can always you can solder in a splice if you need to, but you really can't like butt this up and connect it like you would a regular wire. Um, like I said, it comes in different diameters. So how we power it? We power it with an inverter, power inverter, which this is actually one right here. Let's see here. You got this is a real simple one. It's either all on, or it blinks, or it's off. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. This is the second one that's failed on me. Um, then you get a plug-in adapter, power adapter, and here's the end that comes out of the inverter that goes into the neon, and it just plugs right in. Connector, these plug in together, snap, and you're good to go. So the stuff's really easy to use. You don't have to solder. You don't have to be a genius in electronics in order to use it. Generally, from what I've seen, is basically the inverters are rated by how many feet you can run of the wire. Some you can run 20 feet of wires, some you can run 1,000 feet of wire. I don't know what the limitation is, but I generally run the smaller inverters because I don't really need all that power for multiple buildings. I do have a couple inverters where they are running several buildings. Eric's and donut shop are running off the same inverter, along with the Mexican restaurant and the diner are all on the same inverter. So I'm gonna try to keep this as short as I can. Sorry about rambling, but you're here for the information, right? By this time, there's no entertainment value here. I know I've been looking at my stats and I see a lot of people jump off. They only watch like the first 30, 40 seconds of the video and then they move on. So if you're here at this point, it really means that you want to learn about electroluminescent tubing or neon wire. So we'll continue on. Like I said, you're going to need your inverter and your power supply, and those are sold separately. Depending on how long the wire run you want. Generally, these inverters will run, you can run several different lengths of wire. So if you want to run red, white, and blue neon on your building, you can run it off of one inverter as long as you don't exceed the total length that inverter is rated for. So if that inverter says 20, it can power up to 20 feet of wire. You can put in three 6-foot lengths of wire, and you got 18 if you wanted to. So you got your three lengths of color there. It's pretty good stuff, and it's not that difficult to work with. I may be making it. I'm trying not to overcomplicate it. It is pretty. You can always ask me questions. Shoot me a line if you got any questions in specific. How I generally hold the wire onto the building is I make these little loops, little brackets of wire, and we're gonna show you how to do this real quick. This is how I do it, anyways. I'm not really set up well for demonstrations, and I'm not really good at videoing them, so I apologize in advance. So you got your wire. I use a little tiny screwdriver. You want to use something with a diameter that's a little bit bigger than your wire, so your wire can slip through it. You can use a toothpick. You can use a what do you call it? A paintbrush. Something with a taper, like a paintbrush would work well, or even a tweezers. I use a real tiny little screwdriver, little tiny Phillips screwdriver, and there we go. I just want to basically wrap that little bugger around. Make it nice and tight. Sorry if my hands are getting in the way. I'm trying to video this and do it at the same time, so it's not easy. Then we come around a second time. So I got a double loop around there. It's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can try to get this thing to focus. There we go. We got a little better focus here. So you can see that there's the wire. I went all the way around the top. So now I'm just going to go like this, like I'm going to twist it. And then I'm just going to take this and use it as a handle. And I'm going to hold them wires nice and tight together between my thumb and my finger. There we go. Wow. That just pops right out of there. More or less. There you go. That's a bracket. And then you just cut it to however long you need the end. And it flies off into the netherworld. Never to be seen again. No, actually, it's like right here. But I had one earlier, basically just take a fly on me. So always make extras. When you do something like this, you're making little parts like this, make like an extra half a dozen of them. Because odds are you're going to be halfway into your project. You're going to have your hands full of glue, so to speak, and these little buggers will fly right out of your fingers, and you will never see them again. Or if you do see them, it'll probably be like a year or so from now, and you'll find it underneath some cabinet or whatever. So basically, to install these things, I just drilled into the... Sorry about that. I'm trying to get this thing into the camera here. I just drilled into the edge of the roof. Put some super glue in there and put them in there and made sure that they line up properly. So I'm going to let this stuff cure. Um, you can use super glue right away. It dries fairly quickly. But since these are kind of little flimsy little things that are glued in there, and when I put the wire through the eyelets, it's going to be a little stressful for them. So I want to have them be well dried. So the super glue will cure fully in about 24 hours. It'll be at its maximum strength. Um, so if you could do so, I mean, I could probably do it right now, and I probably would not have any problems uh, with uh, with stringing the wire through. But it's easy enough to pull one of those out, and it's once you got it out, it's kind of hard to get it back in, especially if you have a wire running through it and you have the other wires connected, and all of a sudden this little guy here pops out, but you have it connected over here, and you have it connected over here. So now you have to put it back in, but you have the wire, and it's a mess. So it's best just to give it a good, time to cure here. So what we're going to do is we'll be back tomorrow with this, and I'll show you how to thread the neon wire through the grommets. And after that, we're going to be putting the LED lights. I still got to burn the ends, so I'm taking those outside. But we're bitter cold blizzard right now, so going outside isn't really advised either. So that might be a few days before I can get out there to burn the ends of the wires. I would do it in the shop if it was only a few wires, but I have like 25 LEDs that I'm going to have to burn the ends on, the wires, and that's going to put up a lot of toxins that I don't really want in my house. So we'll do that out in the garage. What else we got going on? That's about it right now. We're just going to concentrate on getting the lights installed, and the next few videos will basically be getting lights installed into the motel here, getting it lit up. And so we'll do videos as we can. I can't promise I'm going to be getting them out every day anymore. I'll do what I can. So please, in the meantime, if I don't have anything new out, come back and watch some old videos. I sure would appreciate it. When you guys stepped up the other week when my tooth was bad, I couldn't make any videos. You guys helped me get my algorithms up a bit, actually, even more than average. So I definitely appreciate that. So if you guys got the time, please watch the old videos and just put them on your player and let them play. Helps my algorithms, and along with the commenting. Thanks, Rudy. For commenting. He comments on every single video. And I do appreciate that. So my shout out today is to Rudy Moons. And we will see you guys tomorrow.